Happy World Happiness Day. How does it get any better than this? So here's an interesting fact, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, by the way, welcome to Choice, Change and Action podcast. You're with me, your host, Simone Milasas. And this podcast is about being happy, choosing happy. What is happiness to you? You know, all of that and more. So the 20th of March is World Happiness Day. I literally had to look down at my phone then to see what month it was. 20th of March is World Happiness Day. You know what? I love the fact that we actually make a day for that. And yet, obviously, every day should be World Happiness Day. It's just like Earth Day in April. Every day should be Earth Day. That's my point of view. But I do like the fact that it's just like this boom. This is this reminder. Now, oh God, it's interesting. I was listening to this interview with Robbie Williams, the singer, a little while ago, and he was saying about, you know, when he was, you know, becoming famous, etc. And I think it was in the early 90s, and he was like, "Hey, I'm sad." And they were like, yeah, get over it. You can't be sad. You know, you're famous, you're wealthy, you're successful, you can't be sad. And he was like, but I am sad. And he was pretty much just ignored. And he was talking about how, you know, the stuff that he went through. And nowadays, if you say I'm sad, it's like people are more inclined to look at the mental health aspect of it and, you know, maybe ask you questions, etc. Well, here's the thing. If you have someone around you that's sad, can you do me a favor? Can you not buy into that reality as a true reality? I'm not saying do like what they did with Robbie Williams and say you can't be sad, because sometimes you might quote unquote feel sad. But I'm going to give you some tools here, okay? Because your body feels and you sense, all right? You are an infinite being. As an infinite being, what the hell does that mean? Okay? Most of us walk around this planet functioning like a finite being, which means judgments that you have of you, of others, of money, relationships, your body, etc., everything. The limitations that you create every single time you say, I can't do this, or I doubt that's going to work, etc., you're creating a limited reality. Okay, here's the thing. What if there's your reality and there's everybody else's reality? Now, a lot of the times when you hear people say, hey, I feel sad, a couple of great tools. One is, who does this belong to? Because you are a billion times more aware than what you've been willing to acknowledge. Like literally a billion times more aware. So, and how do I know this? Okay. So if you're on your own, maybe you're at home and you're on your own, most of the time, do you have like a sense of peace? Now, here's the thing. I know people who live on their own or have time on their own and they go to, I'm lonely. What if that too is a lie? Because could an infinite being ever be alone? And what if you're picking up on every other person who is living, quote unquote, on their own and going to that place of, I'm lonely? Okay. So all the lies that you're buying that you're lonely, will you please destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, boys, perverts, creations, bases, and beyonds. I mean, you know what? There's ways that you can go out there and engage with people in a different way, whether it's through an activity or just walking down the street and smiling at someone, you know, etc. There's lots of ways. But what I also would like you to have a look at is you are in this lifetime with your amazing, beautiful body. Yes, hello. Can we just thank your body for being there for you? Also, the planet. I mean, I am lucky enough that I have a house that's across the road from the beach. I've got an amazing backyard. You know, I hear the sound of the ocean all the time. There's like the ocean doesn't turn off. It just keeps going and going and going. And sometimes it's so loud. And as I'm, you know, drifting off to sleep or maybe waking up in the middle of the night, for me, it's a little louder then because all the other noise is gone and you hear the waves crashing. For me, it's like, I love water. I love any form of water. It makes me happy. And I want you to start looking at what makes you happy. Okay. What makes you happy? And I love any form of water, you know, even like having a shower, a bath, a lake, the ocean, the sea, you know, whatever it is. I even love drinking water. And as I tap into the ocean, I know I'm not alone. I just know I'm not alone. You know, actually, I just realized this. If you listen to me as I live on my own and walk around the house, I've got a lot of plants, and I always go, "Hey, buddy." I go, "Hey, how you doing?" And like I might like touch their leaves, or I'll just put my energy in their general direction. In Australia and Queensland, we get a lot of geckos, and I'll be in the kitchen and cooking or doing the dishes, and there's the geckos that are like, whoop, like they're flat up against the wall, the window on the other side. And I'm like, hey, buddy. And by the way, nearly everything's just called buddy to me, or that guy. I do not know the proper names of my plants. They're just, oh, that guy, or hey, buddy. I have on my back veranda these green tree frogs, which is so interesting. When I travel, apparently they disappear, and when I come back, they come back. And so they're there at the moment, and they croak so loud, and they're so beautiful and so wonderful. I never have that sense of I am alone. Sometimes I desire to hang out with people and be social, but I also desire just as much to say goodbye. There is an energy that I know that we be, that sometimes when you interact and engage with people, how often do you stop being you? What if you never stopped being you, no matter who was around, family, friends, relationships, work colleagues? What if you made that demand today, that you never stopped being you, no matter what it takes and no matter what it looks like? And everything at that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, boys, provides, creations, bases, and beyonds. Here's like a little life hack for you. And I actually have got a book called Get Happy and Stay There. It's an ebook. You can get it. It's online. We'll put the links in the show notes. And there's a whole lot of different chapters about, I guess, different tools and ways to engage that hopefully will open doors for you to choose happy. There's some life hacks in there. One of the life hacks is you are not as fucked up as you think you are. You're just not. All right. You're just not. So everywhere that you've decided that you're fucked up, we destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, boys, provides, creations, spaces, and beyonds. So I'm going to give you some questions here, and we might do even like a little energy pool as well. And if you don't know much about my energy pools, I've got some on my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, maybe today's the day. There's one, it's a money energy pool, and there's a business energy pool, and they're both free. You can go onto my website, and I have some longer energy pools that you can purchase for a ridiculously cheap price. But these ones are free if you want to test it out. So one of the questions that I've been asking a lot, like as I choose, don't judge it, and ask the question, I've got it written on my wall, is it going to create a future that I will be happy with? So is it going to create a future that you'll be happy with? So let's do this. If you're driving, please don't shut your eyes. But if you can, shut your eyes. Okay. And I want you to look at your life as it currently is, because your life is where it is at the moment, because that's what you chose. You chose it, you chose it, you chose it. Please, I don't want to hear your stories or your reasons and justifications for why you don't have something that is your choice. I don't care what topic we are entering into, whether it's with, your body, your relationships, your friendships, business, money, etc., family. What you have right now is there because you chose it. You can choose to change it as well. It's truly up to you, okay? Some people may have a few more hurdles to jump in some areas more than others, but then maybe in another area, it's not as easy for them. But where you are right now is because you chose it. So I'd like you to start having a look at different areas of your life that you perhaps may desire to change. One of the areas of my life that I'm looking at on a regular basis, and mainly due to I ended up with this skin condition called granular annulomery, and pretty much hardly anyone knows anything about it. It's not contagious. It doesn't itch. It doesn't hurt. There's a Facebook group that has a lot of information about it, and just from people, being them. And so that's what I've looked at. I do get a lot of people make it very significant. And without the significance, for me, what I'm asking is, what information is my body giving me? What's it giving me? And for me, there's a couple of things that I've looked at health-wise that I went, oh, it just pinged. Like I was like, oh, I think I'm going to start looking at that. And I think a lot to do with gut health, maybe parasites. Like I travel a lot. And so I started looking at health. And, today I went to my gym and I got a body scan, which was really cool. It was really interesting. I got this body scan. So it shows you everything about your body. Like even it weighs like each arm, each leg, etc. um, my legs weigh exactly the same. My right arm is more than my left. It was so interesting. And then, it tells you about your muscle mass and your fat, visceral fat, and everything like that. I was actually really surprised at how good the muscle was in my body. It was more than I thought. And so it was great. So good, tick. And this is not about rightness or wrongness. It's more about what would I like to create with my body? And I keep looking at, I'm in my early 50s. I keep looking at, okay, when I'm 90 or 100, I don't desire to have somebody looking after me because I can't look after myself. If there's someone there that's contributing to me, yay, I'm all up for that. But I'd like to be able to still go for a hike or, still walk around or whatever that is, ride a horse, So what action can I take today that would allow that to show up? So the part on the body scan that was high, and I sort of knew it anyway, was the visceral fat, right? So then I was like, okay, so what can I choose and what action can I take to, get rid of the visceral fat? And I actually have learned a lot about it already. I love educating myself. That makes me happy. Okay. What doesn't make you happy? If you like educating yourself, then choose it. Like one of the things I love doing is when I'm traveling around countries, especially countries I haven't been to before, I like watching documentaries to see their history, their culture. Yeah, weirdly, I don't know, weirdly or not, I like seeing what are their main industries in business, like how does that country thrive, And I like looking at all of that. I like watching that. I like hearing about it, not to make anything relevant or significant, just so I have some information. And it's somewhere it allows me to have some sort of connection, I think, with the land is what I'm about to say, actually. So love connecting with the land all over the planet. So for me, one of the things that, I'm constantly looking at what else, but not from lack. Okay. So, if I look at my money flows, I'm very grateful for the money that I create, the money that I make, and the money that I have. And I've taught myself and I've learned to receive, etc., to have more money. And yet there's still different things I would like to create with that. So I do put my attention on that and put my energy on that and ask questions about it. It's like, what would it take for more money to show up? What would it take for more revenue streams to show up? I love business. Access consciousness is my main business by far. And yet I'm still involved in a lot of different things as well. And I don't shut the door for something else to show up, because businesses and that entrepreneurial energy makes me happy. There's another thing, right? So I want you to start, if it works for you, write it down on a piece of paper, on your phone, etc. What actually makes you happy? Okay, keep looking at this. I've just been baking. I've got a bunch of friends because we've got the classes on in Australia, and like David Kubis is one of my best mates, and he loves the gluten-free stuff. So I've been making this protein bread, and I made these little oat banana chocolate chip muffin things. It's all gluten-free. That tastes really yummy, and it makes me happy to bake. It makes me happy to bake, and especially to bake for my friends. Like that really makes me happy. So that's another thing I can add. So for me at the moment, I was like, okay, so what else can I choose with my body, but not from lack? I really want you to get that, okay? Because you're not as fucked up as you think you are. You're not lacking, okay? There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to fix. Choice, change, and action is the name of this podcast. So I'm looking at what other choices do I have available? What could I change? And what action can I take that would create a future that I will be happy with? Okay. So whatever that is for you, for me, I guess at the moment, it's like, wow, you know what? I can't just do one thing. It's like, it's my body, my health, my, like the finances, the business aspect of everything. It's a huge part of what I look at on a very daily basis, just because it does make me happy and it brings me so much joy. So as I'm talking about this, whatever it is for you, it could be your relationship, okay? It could be your relationship. It could be your relationship. It could be sex. Like, are you asking for more? Whatever that is for you. And I want you to get the energy. And if you're driving, I say don't shut your eyes. But if you want to, shut your eyes. And let's ask that question of, with your choices in regards to this, could just be your whole entire life, is it going to create a future that you will be happy with? Okay. Love when I do these and it's me, but guess what? You're already here because I can so perceive the energy. Okay. So let's acknowledge our bodies. Put your hands on your face if you like, or anywhere on your body. Be like, wow, thank you, body. I'm so grateful for you. I'm sorry I'm being such a bitch to you. What would it take for us to choose in communion and never choose from conflict again? That's a big ask. You know what? And it's also an ease, joy, and glory ask. And everything at that is times a good zillion, right and wrong, good and bad, POC and pod, all 100, shorts, boys, proverbs, creations, bases, and beyonds. What would make you happy? What could you choose? What could you change? And what action could you take today that would allow more happy in your world? Okay. And as I said before, you've got your reality and you've got everybody else's reality. I'm talking about your reality, not talking about mine either. I'm talking about mine for me, and hopefully that it gives you some sort of inspiration for what you can choose. I will be as vulnerable as I can be on these podcasts and in my classes and everything that you choose to come along to, okay? I don't have anything to hide. I really don't have anything to hide. I'm here, I'm me, I'm being me. Are you being you, or are you hiding, okay? So as we expand out, because we're an infinite being, don't forget, so your body is here, but you are huge, right? Huge, massive. So you are all over the entirety of the world. So you as an infinite being, it's like tap into the energy across the whole entire world, all the possibilities that are available. Now, you have to be willing to be out of control, out of definition, out of form, structure, significance, out of linearities, out of concentricities, and out of limitations with choosing. And everything at that is times a godzillion where you destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and pod, all 100, shorts, boys, proverbs, creations, spaces, and beyonds. If you are out of control with your choices, you can choose from choosing and not from judgment. How many of you have been choosing based on judgment? I'm just talking about you. You don't need to tell anybody. You don't need to talk to anybody. You don't need somebody to acknowledge or validate what would make you happy. This is on you, okay? So reach out across the entirety of the planet. Now go to the universe, the stars, the planets, galaxies. And I want you to tap into the energy that you're aware of. And if you're thinking, how the hell do I do this? Just play with it. Because you can be aware of more. Like, and if you're wondering like the how, if you can come out of the how, it will give you more space. And a small tool, wherever you are right now, can you perceive the energy outside of the room you're in? Can you perceive the energy outside of the building that you're in? Can you perceive the energy of the ocean across the road from me? If you can and when you can, that's when you're being in communion, and you're being in communion with everything. You are connected to everything. So as you connect to everything, like Avatar, it's actually more than Avatar. As you connect to everything, I want you to ask for the realms of possibilities where there is no rightness and there is no wrongness. The realms of possibilities is where, as you choose, you get to create your reality. You get to choose your reality. So ask for the realms of possibilities to show up and be available for you to choose the magic, the miracles, the amazing, amazing, amazing being that you truly are. And everywhere that you think, no, everybody else is amazing, not me. Stop lying to yourself. Maybe that's one tool you could use that would make you happy. Stop lying to yourself. And I want you to tap into the energy all across the entirety of the planet and start looking at what have you made relevant that's not relevant. Yeah. How much have you made what you do relevant rather than what you be? Your being is so much more valuable than what you do. So everything you've misidentified and misapplied, where your doing is more important and more relevant and more significant and more meaningful than who, what, where, when, why, how you be, will you please destroy and uncreate it? Right, non, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, poise, proverbs, creations, spaces, and beyonds. I mean, what if one of the greatest lies we've ever been told is what we do is how we accomplish something? No, it's what we be. And even practice the tool of when you find, oh, I did do. Instead, ask, what can I be with this? What can I be in regards to my business? What can I be with my relationship? What can I be with my body? What can I be with money? What can I be with this project? What can I be with my next door neighbor? What can I be with my friends? What can I be with my family? And when you function from that space and are willing to receive a universe of possibilities, and you're asking for the realms of possibilities, and the realms of possibilities, there is no rightness and there is no wrongness and there is no you being fucked up at all. So everything of that is times a Godzilla, we destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, boys, proverbs, creations, spaces, and beyonds. Take a big breath. Or a sip of water in my case. And as you perceive the energy across the entire planet, what can you be on this planet today? What can you be that would create the future that would make you happy? What can you receive today? What contribution can you be? What would put a smile on your dial? Like, what would make you happy? Can you please choose that? And I'm going to ask at least 1 hour a day, 1 day a week. Choose what would make you happy. Could be anything. Like one of the things, as I mentioned before, I like baking. It makes me happy. I actually like going hiking. I like walking. I like being on the beach. I like watching a good show on Netflix, not a shit show, a good show. I like hanging out with, certain friends, having a great bottle of wine and some really yummy food. I like sleeping in my own bed. I love traveling. I like choosing something different today. What is it for you? And everything it doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive what would truly create the future that you desire and would make you happy, we please destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, boys, proverbs, creations, bases, and beyonds. So I would like to say, happy World Happiness Day, and can we please make the demand that World Happiness Day is happiness every single day, no matter what. And I get it. Sometimes there's some, as they say, the shit that hits the fan. Some days are not that great. Like the other day, I was the wonderful, amazing Koi and peeps I work with. We're called a Koi, conglomeration of idiots, not a team. And they were saying, hey, we need this podcast. Can you do this, this, and this? And I was like, no, I can't do any of it. We just come back from energetic synthesis of being in the class with Dane in Melbourne, and my world was spinning. And I wouldn't have said I was happy. I wasn't unhappy, but it wasn't a day to make videos. It wasn't a day to do a podcast. And I'm not saying I'm pretending that doesn't occur. It's following the energy. I'll talk about it and say, hey, that was a really interesting day. I required space for me. And I took a day, did a couple of things, but then I took a day that was for me. Okay. Would you be willing to do that for you? Would you be willing to acknowledge those days where it's like, today's not the day? It's not the day to actually choose this. Okay. And everywhere that you judge yourself for not doing when you can just choose something different, or you destroy and uncreate it, right, wrong, good and bad, POC and pod, all 100, shorts, boys, proverbs, creations, spaces, and beyonds. So as you're aware of this energy across the whole entire universe, I want you to pull energy into you and into your body and into whatever it is that you are, engaging with, like I said, business, money, family, relationships, your body, etc. Pull energy into all of that, all the happy, joyful energy, the lustful energy, the energy that's like pleasure. Don't you love that word, pleasure? It's a great word. And everything it doesn't allow you to have pleasure in every area of your life, will you please destroy and uncreate it? Right, non, good and bad, POC and pod, all 100, shorts, boys, proverbs, creations, spaces, and beyond. Now, as you, as an infinite being, are aware of the whole entire universe, I want you to look sort of back down upon you and whatever it is that you're putting your attention on. And just, let's say it's your money. Just change the molecule, just change one molecule that allows it to dissipate. Everything that you decided is a problem, okay? Just boom, change that molecule. Okay, now put your attention on your body. Interesting how it's different energy, hey? Now put your attention on your body and just change that one molecule that doesn't allow you to have more ease with your body. Okay, now put your attention on your business, your project. And if you're working, don't own a business, but you're working with someone, earning money, it's your business, okay? What if you looked at where you work and treated that as though it was yours? What would you choose? And just change one molecule that doesn't allow it to exponentialize. Okay? Your relationships. Oof, that's got a totally different energy too. Okay, so from that awareness of the entirety of the universe and the possibilities, I want you to reach in and just change one molecule that requires your relationships to have more ease and more joy. And that would contribute to you being happy. So play with these tools. Okay, play with these tools, and it's your choice. Okay, even if you have those days where you're just like, fuck, shit, damn, what else? Okay, ask a question. You have the choice to go into this big black dark hole and contract. So instead of like contracting so that you are less than, what if you acknowledge that? What do you require? Maybe you require some space. Maybe you require not to answer your phone, look at your computer. Maybe you require to binge Netflix. Maybe you require to nap. Maybe you require to go for a walk, move your body. What is it you require? Okay. Start being aware of that, asking questions and not judging it. That's the whole key thing here, guys. Don't judge what is showing up. Choose what works for you. Okay. Choose what works for you. And as you choose what works for you, you be the source that allows change in other people's realities as well. Mic drop. Okay. So I want to say thank you so much for being here. Like truly, thank you so much for being here. Let's make the rest of our life Happiness Day. And let's truly choose to live. Enjoy your choices. Enjoy living. And thank you. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.